welcome to Covenant Kids Online. Today we are going to talk about how God can do anything. Luke 1:37 in the Bible, it says, "For nothing will be impossible with God." So stick around. Addie is going to come play a game with us, and then you're going to get a chance to meet my new friend, Miss Mason.
Let's play a game. All right, so in this game, you're going to give me a thumbs up if you think what I'm saying is true. And you're gonna give me a thumbs down if you think I'm lying, okay? So you're gonna hear some outrageous things. All right, let's get started. You ready? Thumbs up, true, thumbs down, false. A battle was won because a guy held his hands up in the air. The sun stayed still in the sky. 3 men survived in a big fire. A man hung out with lions and he didn't get eaten. A donkey talked to a person. All right, did you guys follow along? Guess what? They were all true. But hey, these were all true things that happened in the Bible. Crazy cool things, right? I mean, a donkey talking to a person, what? But anyways, let's dive into today's lesson where we learn about another crazy cool thing that God did.
Stories of the Bible. Sarah laughs. This is Sarah. Sarah was Abraham's wife. One day, as Abraham sat near the entrance of his tent, God appeared to him. Abraham looked up and 3 men stood before him. God promised Abraham that he and Sarah would someday have a son. In fact, God promised Abraham that he would have many children. Even more than the stars in the sky. Now, Sarah was very old when God made this promise. When she heard that God promised to give her a child, she laughed. The messenger of God stopped Sarah. He asked, "Is anything too hard for the Lord?" Sarah chose to trust God, and she became pregnant and she gave birth to a son. The son's name was Isaac. God's promises came true for Abraham and Sarah. Abraham became the father of many nations, and from his child came children, and from their children, more children, until Abraham's descendants were truly more numerous than the stars in the sky. Abraham and Sarah trusted God for the promise and believed that God was faithful.
Hey guys, my name is Miss Mason, and I kind of want to tell you a crazy Miss Mason story today. We just learned about how Sarah had something crazy happen in her life, where she realized that God can do really hard things. When Miss Mason was little and I started to read books, I realized it was so hard for my brain, and I was so frustrated. But then I realized that when I started to pray and practice and ask God to help me, a couple years later, guess what? God helped Miss Mason read. And not only did he help me, but he helped me love to read and to love to learn. And so much so that Miss Mason's been in school for a very long time. It's pretty crazy when we hear stories like this, where they seem like, man, this is impossible. Do you know that the word impossible just means like, there is just no way that this could ever happen? Have you ever had something in your life happen where you're like, man, this will never happen? Or, Miss Mason, if you only knew how scary it is to eat lunch alone, or how crazy it is to go out to recess and not have a friend. Those things may seem impossible. Impossible that you're gonna make a new friend, or that maybe your brother's gonna be nice to you. Those are things that may just seem impossible in your life. But what we just learned from this story, and multiple Bible stories, is that God makes, I want you to say this with me, the impossible possible. Okay, you wanna say it again? Here we go. Impossible possible. All of those stories that Miss Addie played in our game seemed like impossible things. But when we open up our Bibles and we start reading, we learn that God can make the impossible things possible. The things that seem really hard, the things that seem like, man, we'd have to have a superhero come for this to happen. we know that God, we can trust Him and that He's on our side and that He makes those things that seem so scary, He can come and help you. So here's my challenge to you, okay? When you're in those situations that seem impossible, when you're sad or there's butterflies in your stomach and you kind of feel a little anxious, here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop and say in your brain, God makes the impossible possible. So, as we go into worship and we worship our amazing God who does incredible things, I want you to be thinking about how God can come into your life and do some amazing things. All right, you guys, let's worship.
Psalms 47. Oh, Psalms 47. Psalms 47. God is the King over all the earth, and He is the King over me. God is the King who deserves all the praise. We'll raise up our voice and sing, and we will give to Him a song of praise, a song that will sing of His word. So let's come together with hands in the air and sing of His glorious word. Clap your hands over all the nations, cry to God with shouts of praise. The King of Kings is to be exalted. Oh, we sing to your name. Psalms 47. Psalms 47. Psalms 47. Give to Him a song of praise, a song that will sing of His word. So let's come together with hands in the air and sing of His glorious word. Clap your hands over all the nations, cry to God with shouts of praise. The King of Kings is to be exalted. Oh, we sing to your name. Sing that again. Clap your hands over all the nations, cry to God with shouts of praise. The King of Kings is to be exalted. Oh, we sing to your name. Psalms 47. Come on, everybody, lift your hands up in the air. Just move to the rhythm. Join the nations everywhere. Come on, sing His praises. Lift your hands up in the air. We know He is risen. Join in singing everywhere. Come on, everybody, lift your hands up in the air. Just move to the rhythm. Join the nations everywhere. Come on, sing His praises. Lift your hands up in the air. We know He is risen. Join in singing everywhere. Lift your hands
job, kids. You know, the reason that we do songs every week on Covenant Kids Online is because we love to have a chance to just sing to God, because we love God and we just want to tell Him that. We want to tell Him that we love Him and we want to sing about how great He is. I hope you guys learned a lot today. Don't forget that nothing is impossible with God. Have a great week.